Hey folks, how you doing? My name is Tim and welcome to That Ruckus. That Ruckus is a game based on a character created by Magruder. The character's name is Uncle Ruckus. He's a self-hating black guy who hates on everything that's black. In the That Ruckus game, what you're going to do is you're going to look at things that black people do and pick out if you think that's Uncle Ruckus behavior. Now remember, Uncle Ruckus behavior is behavior that is degrading, it's disingenuous, and it's downright pathetic. But in order to win this game, you must be able to identify Uncle Ruckuses. It doesn't matter what color you are, what your background is. I'm sure in your race you may have some Uncle Ruckuses too. So whether you're Latino, Asian, white, Native American, it doesn't matter. All right, let's get going. Roll me a ruckus.
Whites have done their part. Now someone must stand up and tell black people that you are the problem, not white people. The reason why there's still racial tensions and racial problems, not because of white folk anymore, is because of black people.
See? An Uncle Ruckus. Why would this man say that racism is just a black problem, that there are no white racists, no Latino racists, no Asian racists, just black racists? But anyone who actually make the statement that racism in America only exists in the black community is a fucking idiot. Let's keep it moving. Roll me a ruckus.
I want to wrap this up real quick because one thing I did happen to notice about the whites that's different than blacks is, well, whites, and we're talking as general, as a rate or as a percentage of their whole population, whites have lower crime rates, whites have lower abortion rates, whites have higher marriage rates, have higher income rates, have lower murder rates, have lower dropout rates, have lower unemployment rates. Whites have higher rates of their people graduating from college. Whites have less women between the ages of 18 and 43 dying from AIDS. That's the #1 killer in the black race for black women. Whites have longer lifespans. Whites have less of their men in prison. And I can go on and on and on. And then I just stopped and thought to myself, just maybe, all of us Negroes need to try and be a little bit more white. What you think? Peace.
Almost got away with that one, didn't you? Almost slipped past you. You didn't detect that one right off the bat, did you? That's one of the sneaky ones. All of them aren't going to be GED questions. All of them are GED Uncle Ruckuses. The hardest Uncle Ruckus to detect is the well-intentioned Uncle Ruckus. Yeah, he says a lot of degrading things about black people, but he means it in a good way. He leaves it out that most of the statistics that he's referencing relate to lower class blacks in bad neighborhoods and bad situations who've lived in poverty after poverty, generation after generation of bad education, no education, no education. But he doesn't care about facts. He just wants to make a statement. He thinks he's helping you. This is just a discipline method that he probably learned from his mother way back in the day. See, a lot of old blacks used to beat down their children, tell them very negative things about themselves to make them hate themselves. And the logic was, if they did it enough, you'd want to be better. This is backwards thinking, and it does not help. It just makes people feel bad. He doesn't care because he's an Uncle Ruckus in disguise, and you don't even know. Hey, I'm full of surprises. And with that, roll me a ruckus.
I want to say I don't like black people. I don't like black women because they're really evil, hateful, and there's...
All of them are?
90% are. She
really?
said she's only friends with me because I'm only half black. She's only halfway friends with me.
What exactly? What exactly is your background? Are you African American? Are you
human?
I get that, but you know, what is your...
I don't say I'm black, I don't say anything, I just check human, I'm human.
Can you imagine what would happen if you were a white person, you went on public TV and you said that 90% of black women were hateful or You just hated them. You stereotyped all of these black women in one group and made such a divisive statement like that. Do you know what would have happened to you? But nothing happens to the Uncle Ruckuses when they do it. Everybody just goes, interesting, and then goes on. Well, not here on Tim's Take. I call bullshit when I see bullshit. And if you're going to stereotype a whole group of people because you don't like who you are a loser, and I'm calling bullshit. Now this next type of ruckus is a special kind of ruckus. Ruckus, 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 ruckus. Oh my goodness. Watch this clip. Roll me a ruckus.
Talk about how much you have dislike for black men.
Black men don't have any room in my heart. I don't have any room in my heart for you guys. You guys are so just classless, first of all. You guys riding around in your Chevy Impalas, your $12,000 bullshit car with your fake rims and all this other shit.
That one was such a high level of ruckustivity that I don't even think I needed to give you that one. I mean, it's just so easy. But let me tell you something. The woman on that video, she's a bottom layer porn girl, and she said black men have no class. But she takes random penises into different body cavities. See, you don't have to make sense. Ruckuses don't need to make sense. That's why they are the ruckuses. She's an Aunt Ruckus to the high extreme. Let's get on something maybe a little bit harder. A little bit harder. This is the type of ruckus that makes excuses for racism. They make excuses. This is like a Uncle Tom version of ruckus. This is a special level of ruckus. Roll me a ruckus.
And this video is in regards to all of this hoopla in regards to Paula Deen. You know what, people? Calm down. Calm down, okay? This woman and many people are raised or have been raised in the South. If anybody knows anything about the South held on to the mentality of slavery and enslaving black folks. And in some cases, Native Americans as well, but primarily black folks. And they had a hard time letting that go. There's real racists, KKK racists, and skinhead racists. And then there's people who are just biased. And I do believe she probably has some biases. I mean, hello, you know what era she lived in and she grew up in. She can't help it.
Got you that time, didn't I? You wasn't so sure. You're not so sure right now. You like, I don't know. I like Paula Deen. She's so nice. She nice lady. She a nice lady. She doesn't mean it when she say nigga. That's a hard one right there. That's a hard one. That's not an easy ruckus detection, is it? You in there racking your brain a little bit. Now, some of you guys know what I'm talking about. You know why I put that one in there. Because sometimes the ruckus is hidden. It's hidden behind nice thoughts. But think about it. Would that same girl have given, I don't know, some thug-type dude a break? Huh? Some thug-type dude a break when she say, oh, you know, come on. He's just from the bad side of the tracks. And you know how he is. He really has a good heart. Give him a break. Or would she reserve her empathy for just, you know, massa? It's something to think about. It's something to think about. It's something to think about. I mean, she doesn't know Paula Deen, but she feels a certain kind of way that Paula Deen is okay. And y'all leave her alone because she can't help it. Notice how Aunt Ruckus took it personal that her friend was in trouble. Uh-oh. You know, they used to do that back in the day in slave days. They used to do that. Master, you okay? How's we today? How's we feeling today? Is we okay? See, sometimes you have to look real close in order to detect ruckustivity or ruckism inside of someone. Especially the Aunt Ruckuses, because they hide it deep sometimes, deep. And they think because they sticking up for another woman that it's not ruckus. But yeah, sometimes that's the worst kind of ruckus. Next type of Uncle Ruckus I'm going to show you today is the self-degradation Uncle Ruckus. This is the Uncle Ruckus who degrades himself, who lowers himself in front of white people so that he can be accepted. He wants to appease white people. He may make self-deprecating humor and acts differential, saying whatever he thinks the white guy wants him to say. He's a pain in the ass. Watch this video and see if you can pick out that trait. Roll me a ruckus.
Don't rub your eyes. For those of you who've got sunglasses, don't take them off because you got a black conservative here. a 25,000-acre cattle ranch owned by some very rich white people that took my family in and showed me what it means to get out and do something with my life. So I'm glad to be here, folks. When Dana and Bill asked me if I wanted to be a master of ceremonies, I tell you, a black man would jump at the chance to be a master of anything. That's why I'm here. So if y'all want to call me Kevin, do that, but if you want to call me master, that's okay too.
Damn it, you guys are getting good. You pick up so fast. You're right there with me. I can feel you right here with me. You're following this. Check this out. Nowhere do Uncle Ruckuses appear more than in politics. That's where you see the most Uncle Ruckuses. You know why? Because a lot of those Uncle Ruckuses are paid to be there. Yeah, it's what a lot of media groups use to get their message out. So if they want to say something bad about black people, they'll hire a black person. Because they're not going to go out and say some stupid shit themselves. Hell no. You know their reputation would be in the toilet. They have neighbors. They have careers they want to maintain. But not the Uncle Ruckus for hire. No. Uncle Ruckus is for hire. They go right out there and say what you want them to say. So if you want to defame black people, get another black to do it. Watch the clip and see if you can pick out the Uncle Ruckus. Roll that ruckus.
What do you say about that letter? Did you find that letter offensive or in any way racist as an African American?
I found it offensive and I found it unnecessary. I found it self-aggrandizing of someone who wanted to insert himself into a conversation and get the headlines.
Pardon me, but to use words like colored, and to say that, you know, we colored people, how else will we get a widescreen TV in every room, and words like massa, and then sign the letter saying Tom, which means Uncle Tom, Precious Bendelas, head of the colored people's movement, or wherever he signed. You didn't find that racist?
I didn't find it racist to me because I'm above that.
Bullshit. Look, the letter that Don Lemon was questioning this guy about, Mr. Webb, you know what it was? That letter was so racist, it couldn't be more racist if it had a picture of watermelon, a picture of chicken on it, with a woman twerking, and on the backside, it had a staple, big-ass spill of grape Kool-Aid on it, and the words nigga, 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 written all over it. The guy wrote a racist letter to the NAACP and put it on the website so the whole world could see it. But Mr. Webb doesn't want to admit that it was a racist letter. It's a racist letter. You didn't even write the fucking letter. Why defend the letter? Ooh. Bullshit. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. And for that, Mr. Webb is a ruckus. Roll me a ruckus.
Kane, you've said that if you're unemployed and if you're poor, blame yourself. Would you like to retract that now? Would you like to say to the millions of unemployed in this country, the fact that they do not have jobs, that this economy has shrunk, is not their fault, and you apologize for saying that about them?
Lawrence, some people are unemployed for no fault of their own. I was referring to those people who have chosen to go and demonstrate on Wall Street for whatever reason, and it's not real clear what reasons. I have been one of the strongest advocates for getting this economy growing because I care about the 14 million people that are unemployed.
See, some people like Mr. Herman Cain deserve more than just the ruckus treatment. The ruckus treatment isn't strong enough. That's not good enough. That's not getting it done. I've come up with a new strategy. It's called the Steven. If you saw Django, you know the character that Samuel L. Jackson played. He is the epitome. He is house nigga to the ultimate power. There was no black man who has ever been more self-loathing, more self-degrading, more self-hating than Samuel L. Jackson character in Steven in the movie Django. Herman Cain, he ain't just a ruckus, he's a Steven. Roll me another ruckus. Or Steven.